Okay, my department just published the new timetables for the new academic year, so we all know what that means. We gotta start organizing. I have to put this on the other side. Hi everyone and welcome to this little corner of the internet. My name is Mars and my department finally decided to publish the new course schedules for the new semester. I'm very excited about it because when my department publishes the new timetables, I don't know, it kind of makes the whole back to university season even more real. For me, I always take this as an opportunity to organize my new semester and my new academic year, which is different from preparing for it because I did a video of me preparing for the new academic year. But today, instead of preparing, so actually studying, we are going to organize for the new academic year, which is honestly my favorite part of any new semester, is just organizing it and like putting, you know, all the little courses into their own time slot. I don't know, just really like it. So I thought that I would bring you along with me in this little thing. So today, as I said, we're going to look at my new course timetables and I'm going to organize my calendar and also my brand new planner. So I'm going to put all of my courses into my calendar and I'm also going to plan my ideal week, just because that is something that I really like to do at the beginning of every semester. So I have like kind of an idea of how my week is going to look like. Then we're going to look once again at the syllabi and the programs for every single one of my courses, and we're going to set up my Notion page. Actually, we're going to set up a Notion page for each one of the course, and I'm going to walk you through that. I'm going to give you a little, very tiny tour of my Notion page. Then we're going to tackle stationery. Now, I have a weird obsession for stationery, and I own a collection of different stationery stuff, but I cannot bring all of that with me to my university accommodation because of course spaces are what they are. So I'm going to gather my stationery, organize my stationery, declutter the stationery, and finally packing it that it's ready to go when I am moving back to university. So that was all for my little to-do list. Okay, so I looked up all of my course timetables, schedules, all of the things. I'm actually pretty happy with this because for the first time ever, I don't have any courses overlapping, which is something that happens quite often. But this semester I only have 3 modules, 3 courses, and they're all wedged very, very well together. I also have time for my lunch break, which for me is very, very important to have a lunch break. And I also have a lot of free time. Like I basically have all the afternoons free, which means that I can actually work on my thesis, for example. My thesis is such a big project. I kind of don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it in just 1 year, but we'll manage. I have at least 4 afternoons that I can completely dedicate to my thesis, so I'm very happy with it. Now I'm going to plan my ideal week. Now for my ideal week, I want to have at least one day that I will be spending entirely on campus. So I basically want after class to go to the library and spend my whole day in campus and studying and doing stuff. I also have to keep in mind that I will be working. I also have to slot in 3 hours that I will be staying in office. In case you do not know, I work as a junior tutor for my department, so every single week I see students in office for at least 3 hours. I think the most sensible thing would be for me to do it either on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday I'm gonna be staying in the library, which leaves me with Wednesday and Thursdays. What are we going to do on Wednesdays and Thursdays? I kind of want Wednesdays to be the kind of more chill day where if I have to schedule something, it will be on Wednesday because I kind of have more free time, while Wednesday can be a full-on study day. So now that we did that, I think I'm going to set up my planner. I'm just going to write down a couple of things already ready to be used. Actually already started using this. You probably have seen it like on some of my videos, but I forgot like to set up like the monthly things and everything, so I will do that. I will put in like important dates, especially like holidays and days where there are not going to be any classes, so we're going to do that now. Okay, so here we are on my Notion. Now this is the Notion page for my Modern English Literature B2 course. So I thought that I would use this as an example to show you how my Notion is organized and how I take notes on Notion. So the page looks like this. We have, of course, the title. I personalize each page with, of course, a nice picture. In this case, we have Virginia Woolf. Now here under the title, we have a section with all the logistic information that I might need about each course. So of course we have information about the professor. I did not put any kind of information yet because privacy. But here you can also see the logistic information about the course. So for example, I know when the lectures are and how much credits this course is worth. Right after that, we have the course description. Here is where I would literally copy paste the syllabus and also the any information about the exam. This little thing I use for anything that is important, that is usually said in the very first lecture. Then we have a section for readings. Now I have just put in Orlando, a biography, because that is what I'm reading at the moment. But here I would ideally put all of the like articles, papers, essays, and materials that the professor would give us during the semester, and that of course I would read and take notes. So this is basically the space where I would put any notes about my readings, and right now I have nothing because we were not assigned any readings yet, apart from of course the novels and Orlando. And finally we have the notes section, so the course schedule section. I should probably rename this into notes. Now, notice please that this page I created like on my very first year of university, and it has not changed since then. Like all these little kind of ugly emojis at the beginning of each paragraph, they have been there since my very first year of bachelor's degree, and they have not changed. Now here for each week, I would create a new separate page, so you can see week 1. I already created that with the date. I would use the tag feature to kind of signal myself the state of the notes. So for example, if I just took them, I would put taken. If they are being edited, but maybe I had to kind of put them aside for some reason. I would say I would click on in progress, and then of course when they're edited, I would just click edited. And I have this one in case there are some problems. And then I have this section, which are the topics. Now, ideally, I would put, like, for example, week 1 would be like course presentation, and I don't know, I'm inventing. It could be Wolf's biography, for example. But I also use this section for notes. So for example, I could add something like do reading. It's just a simple note for myself. And that is how I use Notion to take notes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a page like this for each one of my course, and I'm going to fill in this course description section. Hi there, it's the following day. I think I left you on me setting up my Notion page yesterday, which leads us to the next point on my to-do list, which is organizing my stationery. Before we do that, I actually have to gather my stationery. I have it scattered around the house, so I just need to find them before I can organize them. Yeah, that might be a problem, but we're going to do this together. Let's go. Okay, so these are all the things that I'm going to take with me to university. I definitely need to buy a new pencil case because this one is kind of destroyed. So I definitely need to buy one that I can keep in my backpack when I'm going to class. But basically we have 2 notebooks. This one I'm using for spare papers, and this one is the one that I usually take with me on campus. I have my scrapbook, some letter writing paper that I usually use when there are like graduations or birthdays. So I like to write letters to my friends. I have this little thing for my phone, and of course I have my spare pens and pencils, and these are all the stationery essentials like scissors and glue, stuff like that, and my post-it notes. And here we have some few more random paper and my thesis. So I'm also bringing with me a few of my favorite notebooks. I have, of course, my planner, so I'm obviously taking that with me. Then I have my commonplace notebook. Inside it usually looks like this, like there are just a few notes that I like to take when I'm reading a book. Then I have this other notebook. This one I use for my Old Norse practice. So inside we just have my notes from when I study Old Norse. And then I have this random notebook that I usually use for like It's kind of a commonplace notebook for thesis. Just I take like very random notes. So this is just to conclude my notebook showdown. I hope it was not too messy. I really hope it was not that messy. Now I just have to clean up everything. Hi there, Editing Mars here. I realized that I did not film any outro for this video, so here I am. I hope that you find this video interesting, and I also hope that you have a wonderful day. I see you in the next one. Bye!